Not yet. Here we go. We are live with the good morning, everybody. Paul Romero and John Leister with the Sell a House Wholesale Real Estate Training number 37 on Friday, October 24th. Say good morning, John.
Good morning, Paul. Friday, October 24th. Yes, we've been doing these for quite some time. I just want to say kudos to those of you who join us and follow the Property Noodlers. It's a great habit to get into, to come on here each morning, each morning that we do this, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, get a little bit of inspiration, hear some great information passed down through the ages in the realm of success and personal development, and also just jumping on board to get involved with Paul and I and get some insights into the market. So I want to say happy Friday, everybody. It's, for a lot of you, it might be your favorite day of the week. It's just another day for me. I love every day of the week, and I'm happy to be here. And good morning or good day.
Yes, good day, John. We have been talking to you guys about our program, Lean Sharks and Property Noodlers, and we have been telling you guys now for 36 episodes that it is free. Come join our team. Let us show you how to get out there and find a deal and flip a property and put some cash in your pocket. And all you have to do that is to go right here to propertynoodlers@gmail.com and send us a message. Tell us why you're interested in doing this, why you want to do this, why you need some extra money, why real estate excites you, et cetera, and so on. And we'll get a hold of you and get started with you. But very very few of you have actually gone out there and sent us an email. And I just kind of question why. But I also want to let you guys know that while this free introductory sort of beta test group will be coming to a close soon, because John and I are putting together our program to basically offer out to the world anybody who wants to purchase into our whole group. We're going to have everything from a mastermind, all the way down to a done for you kind of a program, a do it with you kind of a program, a do it yourself kind of a program, a membership program, and all of this is going to cost money. So put it out there right now. You still have a free opportunity here to take advantage of jumping out there into the world and getting started in some wholesaling real estate, and to be part of our I don't want to really use beta test group, because we've been our own beta test group. We know this works. Basically kind of our I don't know really what to classify it at. I mean, you would be the pioneers of I guess looking for a few people who can have the opportunity to do this at no charge, basically sort of maybe become our poster children, who become advocates of our program, who will be saying, yeah, these guys have something that really works today, not like that old tired out stuff that's been going on for the last 5 years that really is kind of outdated. So I just want to throw that out there. If you've been watching these, if you're watching this one right now, if wholesale real estate is up your alley, get a hold of us now while you have this opportunity, before it's going to cost you to get involved with this opportunity. And most people, I don't know, maybe you don't believe something free can be a real opportunity, but it is. And if you want to wait until we're going to charge you for it and then jump in, hey, that's fine. We'll take your money. John?
This is what is known as a ground floor opportunity. Paul and I, as he said, we really shouldn't call you guys that are joining the team a beta test group, because a lot of the stuff that we're teaching, and we'll show you when you're on board with the Property Noodlers, has already been beta tested by Paul and I. Our failures in the last 3 years actually are more valuable than the successes, I would say, because we're going to teach you not only what to do, but show you what not to do. And that is so huge. So I want to say that, yeah, this is a ground floor opportunity because, like Paul said, part of the reason why we've been doing these free hangouts and inviting people to join our team is because for a multitude of reasons. Number one being is we are in business to grow, to learn, to build a team. You know, you can't do all this stuff on your own, so we're looking for some motivated people that want to learn how to wholesale property. But you know what? There is an ulterior motive to it. We'll be upfront about that. And the ulterior motive is the more people that we have working on our team, the more money that we're going to make, but the more money that you will make in turn. And also, we are putting together a program which is going to be it's going to be amazing. As Paul said, we've got the mastermind group, the do it for you system, the do it with you system, the do it yourself, and then there'll be some other subscriptions and access to information and real estate subscription sites and things of that nature. What I would advocate is that if you're getting in right now in this ground floor opportunity to become part of our team, you're going to be part of the mastermind. You're going to have us doing it for you. You're going to have us doing it with you, and you're going to have the opportunity to do it yourself. You're going to have access to everything that we're putting together before everybody else, before we actually put a price tag to it. Another thing is, me and Paul are very, very picky about people that we're letting onto the team because we're not only looking for people that want to do this to change their lives, create a living, we're also looking for highly motivated people that may want to step up within our organization as this thing grows and blows up and takes off to maybe even become one of the trainers, one of the core members, one of the core people within the Property Noodler organization that we're building. So I don't see why you wouldn't be emailing Paul and I right now and getting on board with what we're doing. So yeah, with that being said, I just want to again invite all of you on here today to take advantage of a ground floor opportunity. Show us that you're motivated. Show us that you really want to learn this business, be successful, and in turn, when we put this out, you can be one of the trainers. You can be one of the core people within the organization. And again, you can go to this email below my name here, propertynoodlers@gmail, and send us a message. And with that, I'm going to toss it back to Paul, and we'll get into today's content.
Yeah, I just want to expand just a little bit on what you said there, which was, you know, getting in now, getting in on this ground floor opportunity does bring far more opportunity than just the possibility of, you know, becoming a wholesaler and or, you know, learning how to wholesale properties. Because as John said, you know, we're building an organization, we're building a business and a company here that is going to grow to, you know, nationwide status. And maybe you get in here, you flip a few houses, you put some money in your pocket, you learn how to do this, you know, you see how this business system that we put together is built, and maybe you say, you know, hey, instead of going out there and flipping houses like this, maybe I want to be the guy who, you know, flies out to Georgia and shows Jim Jones over there how to, you know, spend 5 days in Georgia and go to Jim Jones's home and help him, show him, you know, basically kind of the do it for you thing, you know, and hand in hand build his organization for him, help him build his business and get it started and off the ground, kind of a thing. And you might think that, wow, that would be a great thing, flying all over the country, spending 5 days here, 5 days there, you know, putting this together for people. That might be a great opportunity for you. Or who knows, you know, whatever level, there might be something else within the organization that, you know, might just, you know, supercharge you way more than even wholesaling houses does. So I just want to throw that in there to add on to what John said, that yeah, there's far more opportunity available for those who are in on the ground floor opportunity than for those who, once we've got this all 100% together, and we're out there offering it to the world are basically, going to be our participants. So with that, John, take us on or get us started.
All right. So what we've gone over this week is.
Oh, I was just going to let you know kind of where we were the other day, where we left off. So maybe I think that's probably a good place to pick up from. We had talked about we started the money management thing the other day. We went through that, and then the other day we kind of went into more of the life plan management, which was your job. What is the objective? Your job is just a stepping stone to what you really want to achieve in life, which is financial freedom and happiness, and that your job should be something that you look at as a way to gain some knowledge and education for you to move to the next level of owning your own business, so that you can own your own business to the point of the fact that where you can systemize your business to where you own your business that you don't have to be at in order to continue to get paid, and so that then you can then from that point get involved with other things, other investments, create other passive income streams that will take you to the land of financial freedom and happiness, where we all want to go. And we were going to talk about the time management system the other day, but we got into this instead. So I just wanted to throw that at you, let you know what we had talked about, John, and you can take us where you want to go now.
All right, excellent. Well, you said we never did get to a time management system. I know we've talked about the time management system on previous Hangouts, but the key word is system, and that's what we've been talking about all week. We've talked about, like Paul said, the money management system on Monday, so if you want to go back to Mondays to see what that was all about, and then yesterday, or Wednesday, we kind of reiterated that and talked about, a life plan system. I think today would be a good time to talk about time management, and so I'll get into that a little bit. Basically, a time management system that I am aspiring to get real good at implementing is the Napoleon Hill time management system. Now, with anything else in life, I just want to preface it by saying every single day of your life there's going to be a curveball. It's unavoidable. Situations pop up you weren't expecting, things happen, life happens. Life doesn't have to happen to you. You can make life happen, but you've got to be flexible. So with that being said, I don't expect that this can ever be done perfectly. But striving every day to get better and better at how you manage your time, that is really, in my opinion, the ultimate goal. To become a level 10 person, I think, for me, I don't believe there is truly ever a level 10 person. I believe there's a level 9.9 because every day you're trying to get better and better and striving for level 10, which is perfection. With that being said, this time management system is basically a guideline, and you try your best to apply it in your life. So there's 24 hours in a day. Would everyone agree there's 24 hours in a day?
I agree.
Well, as part of a time management system, I like to say the most important part of that day, believe it or not, is the 7 to 8 hours that you should be sleeping every night. For me, this is
Can I sleep 9?
Say that again?
How about 9? Can I sleep 9?
You know what? Everybody's a little different. Like I said, this is just a guide. This is just a guide in how you apply it in your life and what you feel good about. Do you feel good about how you apply it in your life? Really, it's up to the individual. But, for me, if I don't get my 7, 8 hours of sleep, I need to take a nap in the afternoon. My energy level's just not there. There's a lot of scientific data and research and reasons why you should get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So you don't have to take my word for it. You can go do your due diligence on why it's important to get 7, 8 hours, and I'm not getting into that. So I'm just saying, as part of this time management system, you should carve out 8 hours each day of where you can get good, solid, consecutive sleep. So that leaves you 16 hours of the day. It is my opinion that out of that 16 hours, you should be applying 8 hours to being productive. If right now a lot of you are at your job, you may not like your job, but you should be as productive. Get in the habit of being as productive as you possibly can at your job, because it's going to make you feel better about yourself. Someone's paying you to do whatever it is that you're doing, whether you like it or not, and you should respect their time and respect your time by applying yourself 100% at being productive at whatever it is you do. For Paul and I, we are in real estate, so when I talk about what me and Paul do, 8 hours of productivity is, are we doing these hangouts? Are we putting together good content for these hangouts? Are we going out there and reaching potential sellers and negotiating deals? We're looking at properties and comping properties, and we're devoting 8 hours a day to growing and building our business. I'm going to toss it back to Paul. He did his little waving the pen motion, which means he's got something he wants to throw in here.
I just wanted to throw in the fact that, you know, the 8 hours of productivity, you're talking about the people that have a job. And we were talking about that in the life plan management, okay? And you're talking about right now, hey, even though it's a job and you're working for somebody else and you're, you know, making them the big money and you're just getting a little paycheck, there is a purpose for you being at this job, as we talked about in the life plan system, and that is to go to your job every day to learn all you can, to learn. Pay attention here, to learn all you can about your business, your industry, your job, what goes on here. There's an opportunity probably right there in front of your face within your job that maybe you don't even see that could take you to the next level of where you want to go. Okay, so your objective, I mean, you've chosen this job. You may not like this job, but there, you know, look for an opportunity. There could be something there. Use this job as a learning opportunity to learn everything you can about the position that you're in, maybe about the next position above you, so that maybe you can figure out how to get yourself advanced up in the company and the organization. Maybe it's really hard to see an opportunity from where you're at right now, but look at the next step. Okay, how do I get to the next step? And maybe from there you can see a much grander opportunity to which can take you to the next level of your life plan, which would obviously be to be owning your own business. So I just wanted to put that in there, that just because you're working a job doesn't mean that, like John says, you can't put in 8 productive hours of, you know, putting out quality work and learning at the same time. So I wanted to throw that in there, John.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's important to note. You know, I'll get into this after. I just have a bunch of thoughts on why it's important that no matter what position you are, wherever you are, whatever it is that you're doing to right now earn a living, apply yourself at 100%. Look for the opportunity. I mean, even if you're working at a Circle K, I want to throw this in as a quick example before I move on, or if you're working at McDonald's, look at what's going on there. Like, all right, what's the productivity? How are products moving through this retail store that I'm working at? How are we getting the burgers from the freezer to the plate? What's this process? And take notice of what's going on there, because it's a system. Learn and observe and understand that it's a system. And then, okay, a lot of people, they dislike their manager, and you got to ask yourself, why do I dislike my manager? Is it because he's getting paid more than me? Well, he's got a lot more responsibility than you. Look, what is your manager doing? What is his job? How is he managing that system to make sure the burgers get from the freezer to the plate? How is the manager at the Circle K getting the products ordered from the distributors to the store so that you can sell them to the people coming in? Like, all of that is a system. So learn and observe the systems that are in place around you and take into account what is actually going on and how the money's being made there, how it's being managed. I just want to throw that in. That's important. So there is a learning opportunity in everything you do. And if you get in that mindset, your life will change. I guarantee it. You'll just be more open and enjoy things more. So let's move on. So we talked about 8 hours of being productive and why it's important, no matter where you are, to be productive in what you're doing. Another part of the Napoleon Hill system is that he says you should spend 1 hour every single day in quiet meditation. This is probably, for most people, I'm going to be honest, the most challenging. To actually sit down in a room with the TV off, turn your phone off, put it in airplane mode, blocking mode, something, so that you're uninterrupted for 1 hour. Close your computer. There is no Facebook. There is no checking emails. There is no playing Candy Crush like all the kids are doing these days. None of that. None of that. And you actually sit down for 1 hour and quietly meditate. And the brain is like a muscle. This is going to be damn near impossible. Well, nothing is impossible, but it's going to be an extremely difficult challenge for most people. I know it is challenging for me to sit down for 1 hour in quiet meditation. But just to kind of give you some guidelines here of what you'll be quietly meditating on, maybe this will help you to be able to focus and do it, is that in this quiet meditation period, the most important thing to begin thinking about, if you don't already have a definite chief aim and a definite major purpose in your life, spend 10 to 15 minutes in this 1 hour time frame thinking about what your definite major purpose in life is. It's important to have a definite chief aim and purpose in your life. And this is a topic for another time, but it's very important. It's what creates a burning desire. It's what gets you out of bed every day. That's what I'm talking about with the definite major purpose. You should spend 10 minutes in this 1 hour just being in an attitude of gratitude. If you're not a spiritual person, I defy you to ask yourself why you're not a spiritual person. Look back to the point in life where some event or something happened to you to take away your sense of spirituality, because whether you're a Christian, a Jew, a Muslim, a Kwanzaa, I don't know if that's even anything, or just a person that believes in a higher power, and if you don't, I'm sorry for you. I really am. There's no such thing as an atheist. You're deluding yourself. My opinion. Hope you are offended if you're an atheist, because you should ask yourself why. But sit for 10 to 15 minutes in gratitude to the universe, to whoever it is, and just thank him for all the blessings that you have in your life. And then for 10 minutes, you should do a little bit of another 10 minutes, or up to 30 minutes in this hour. You should do a little bit of self-analysis and ask yourself, what's holding me back? What are some of my fears? How do I overcome these fears? And take this time and learn to stop thinking about all the reasons why you cannot be successful, and only think about the reasons why you can be successful. And then you should spend 10, maybe minutes out of this hour of quiet meditation thinking about how you can create more harmony in your relationships. The example I was talking about at your job, maybe you don't like your boss, your manager. Ask yourself why, and maybe spend that 10 minutes thinking about, all right, this is a job I've got to go to every day. This is a person I got to see every day, whether I like it or not. How do I create more harmony with this person? How do I create more harmony with people in my family? How do I create more harmony with my friends? So think about how to create more harmony in your life, and then for 10 minutes, focus only on the things that you want. You don't think about things that you don't want. Like if you're deeply in debt or you dislike your job, don't think about why I dislike my job. Try to find a reason why you do like your job. I like my coworkers. I like that break time when I get to sit around and talk to Joe. I like some of the customers that come in. Whatever it is. For 10 minutes out of that hour, you should think about only the things that and the things you want in life. Focus on goals, things of that nature. I'm going to toss it back to Paul, and then we've still got, we've accounted for 17 hours so far. So
yeah. Still got 7 hours left in this day. What am I going to do? Well, here's the thing. Okay, I just wanted to throw in the fact that, number one, we talked about 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of productivity, right? Okay, that's your work or your sleep and your job. you're energized, you're learning, et cetera, so on. We're talking about your 8 hours of free time here. This is the free time. Now, in today's world, and depending on where you live and what you do, et cetera, and so on, this could actually end up being cut down. It's seemingly cut down because you've got commute time. You got time you have to go pick up your kids and drive them to school. You know, you got all these other external factors where you might be considering the fact that this free time really isn't free time, but it is free time. Okay, you've got to be able to look at the fact of combining a few things. While you're commuting to work, you know, you could turn off the radio, roll up the windows, and basically use this hour commute that you have for your 1 hour of quiet meditation. Or you could, moving forward, I'm jumping ahead a little bit here, but you could put in a motivational tape or an inspirational tape or a self-development CD or something like that into your radio instead of listening to the garbage crap that's coming out of your radio right now from the AM and FM channels that you're listening to, and get some self-development. Or, you know, I mean, there's just, you got to think of ways to coordinate this time with activities that you have to take care of as well, because I guarantee you, yeah, if you look at all the things that you, quote, have to do in your free time, you're going to say, well, I don't have time to do any of this. Okay, so that's I just want to throw that out there for those of you who are already thinking, well, I don't have an hour to sit down and just, you know, go quiet time to myself. And hey, if it works out realistically that you really don't have an hour, if you only got 30 minutes, if you only got 15 minutes, if you got 10 minutes, do it. Stop, turn everything off, go in a quiet corner, turn off the lights if you have to, whatever it takes, and do this meditation and think about these 5 things, for even if you think about them for 1 minute each. And what you'll find at first, like John said, is going to be difficult. What you'll find at first is that your mind is just jumping all over the place. You're thinking about all these things. You start to think about, what's my definite major purpose, and all of a sudden, oh, I got to go pick up Susie. Oh, wait a minute, and you got to learn how to force certain things out of your thought process and be able to focus your mind on what you need to think about during this time. That's going to be super difficult. Go ahead, John.
That is, like I said, this quiet meditation, the reason I brought this up is the first hour of the 8 hours of free time after your productivity and your sleep is because it is the most difficult, most challenging, but can be the most life-changing. So let's move on because we've still got 7 hours to account for. So, you know,
we got 7 hours, but we don't have 7 minutes.
Yeah, I know. So quick, I'll go through these quickly.
You know what? Well, let's do this. Why don't you just rattle them off, and we'll plan this for Monday to pick up, and we'll go through these whole 8 hours again. We'll throw a little bit more time into this meditation thing because I have more I want to say about it, and then we can go on to the next steps and get a little bit deeper in it. So why don't you just, like I said, rattle off what they are, and we'll call it a day and see everybody on Monday for some more in-depth.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so you know what? 2 hours out of your day, according to this time management system that Paul and I are trying to implement in our lives, are implementing in our lives, I should say. There is no try, only do. That's a quote from Yoda, one of my favorite mentors, is you should spend 2 hours of each day going the extra mile for someone or many someones. 2 hours a day doing something for somebody else without expecting anything in return. And I'm going to tell you why real quick. Because Sir Isaac Newton stated that for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction, which means if in our lives, what we put in, we get back out. It's part of it. It's a natural law.
Simple
For
as
every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if you put, the only way you're going to get something out of life or anything back is if you're providing value and service to others. So we'll get more in depth on that as well on Monday because I'd love to go on a little bit with that philosophy. Then out of your day, 1 hour, you should be studying self-improvement, watching hangouts like this. Go on YouTube and or Google and search Napoleon Hill or Earl Nightingale, or I like even Kevin Trudeau's Your Wish is Your Command series, and start watching or reading, self-improvement, self-development. And then you should spend an hour a day in your mastermind alliances. And this is going to be difficult because you want to mastermind with people who are either attempting to achieve a higher level or who are already at a higher level in their lives, because if you mastermind with a bunch of people who are at your level or beneath you, the mastermind is it's ineffective. So you want to form an alliance with people and mastermind and talk with them and share ideas with people that are striving to be better and in their lives or already reached the level of the success that you want. And that's a whole other topic about birds of a feather flock together, which we'll get into maybe Monday as well. So what do we got? That's 5 hours. An hour of quiet meditation, 2 hours where you're focusing on how you can go the extra mile for other people, an hour of studying self-improvement, and an hour in your mastermind alliances, which leaves 3 hours. And guess what? This is your time to do whatever the heck it is that you want to do. This is the time to veg out and maybe, watch your favorite TV show or go on Facebook and see what your friends are up to, or read some news stories, things like that. So with that being said, I'm going to toss it back to Paul, who's going to do the prayer, and then I have a little new sequence I'd like to add to that.
Okay. I just want to say that the Mastermind Alliance, when we get to that point, I think we might have to spend all next week actually on this 8 hours of free time here, because I think Monday, I think we could probably spend all of Monday on going through the quiet meditation 5 steps. I think on Wednesday, we could basically pretty much cover going the extra mile for a whole session here. I think we can maybe throw in, there's a few things we probably want to say about self-development, but we could actually do one whole episode on each one of these 5 steps. So with that in mind, I think we'll probably spend all of next week talking about the time management system and how important it is to implement systems into your life, just as we talked about learning, just as John talked about learning the systems around you in your job. This whole world is built around systems, and the better you become at systems, the more successful you'll be in life. And so that includes, systems of your, running your own life. Your own life needs to be run through a system. Most people are running around so haphazardly that they don't even know what they need to do because they just can't even figure it out. So if you have a system in place, everything just runs so much smoother, and the whole objective of our life is to be happy, all right? And in order to be happy, you have to regain or obtain or attain, if you've never had it, whatever, your time freedom, which means that you can make the decisions to do whatever you want with your time. You don't have all of these have-to-do things on your daily list. Everything on your list, when everything on your list becomes a want-to-do thing, and you've gotten rid of all the have-to-do things, when you wake up in the morning and you look at your list, what am I going to do today? And there isn't a single I have to on there, you're going to be the happiest person on this planet. And that's what we're all here to achieve. So with that, I say, oh, universe, I ask not for more wisdom. No, I want more wisdom. I ask not for more riches. I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom with which to make better use of the riches that you have given me at birth, so that I may be, including the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever end I might desire. And John, go ahead and finish us out.
I just want to say, the key thing to that Napoleon Hill prayer that we recite every day is ask. And I want to read, this is a quote from the Sermon on the Mount, which I've been reading lately, and there's some amazing wisdom in it. And this is a great quote to consider. And, a key to all this is faith. And when Paul says that Napoleon Hill prayer where he's asking not for more riches but for more wisdom, he's asking the universe a question. And ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be open unto you. For everyone that asketh shall receiveth, and those who seeketh findeth. and to he who knocketh, it shall be open. So have faith, ask the universe for the things you want, begin to focus on the things you want, and watch your life transform. And email us at Property Noodlers to get involved in a ground floor opportunity and see what we have to offer for yourselves and see what this can do to change things for your financial life and, quite frankly, for your personal life as well. So have a great weekend. We'll see you back on Monday.